Okie dokie boys and girls, it is day 349 of bulking to 75 kilos with calisthenics only, and today we have another pistol squatting day and a heavy one at that. So I am quite nervous to say the least, but when it comes to these pistol squats, like I'm in the best shape of my life right now, but also the journey towards today where I am in the best shape of my life, it wasn't the perfect one. I made a lot of mistakes, and if you've been watching the bulk, you will know that. I've been squatting with the wrong form, I have squatted too heavy too often, I have done too much sets in one workout, and basically I ended up injuring myself as well. So, by no means this bulking journey that I'm on went perfectly, but I also think that's okay. In fact, it's even a good thing, because, oftentimes we just worry about how to start and doing the right thing and doing the perfect optimal option all the time, and then we kind of get anxious on how to start in the first place, right? And it holds us back from getting to work and getting to train. So I think it's okay to not know how to train. Just get started, and the mistakes you make, those are not really mistakes. Those are just things that are gonna turn into a lesson in the future. And in a sense, the path that you're on right now, if you're just training with the best intentions, to head towards your goals, it's gonna be perfect. It's gonna be perfect for you, right? There is no perfect way of training for everyone. Everyone has their own style of training and their own perfect little way that they can train for them, but it might not work for someone else. And so if you're on your path towards some kind of goal that you have and you make a mistake, that's a mistake that you perhaps have to make, right? It's a mistake that you have to make so that you can learn from it and then adjust along the way towards the goal that you have. And so, don't worry about making too much mistakes. I've made a lot of mistakes, like I said, but in the end, if you just keep doing your best, if you just keep trying, if you just keep going and don't give up, all of those mistakes are gonna turn into something that you reflect on and think to yourself well, I'm happy I made that mistake. Even bad injuries, for example, I tore my ACL during a judo training because it was past Corona, and I went back into judo after months or even years, right? And I went back and I went hard, and then I tore my ACL. But right now, I look back at it, and I'm well, I'm actually quite glad it happened. It's weird to say, because it's you wouldn't want to get injured, right? I don't want to get injured right now, but I look back at it and I think, well, I'm glad it happened, because that's how I discovered running. That's how I started training legs, because all of a sudden I had to, right? And all of these good things came from it. And it's the same with, big mistakes, but also small mistakes. So don't even worry about it. Anyway, let's get started on the training. Today, like I mentioned, is going to be heavy. I'm going to be attempting to squat 52 kilos for hopefully 2 sets of 3. We'll see. But yeah, I'm going to warm up 24 kilos, 34, 44, and then 52. And yeah, that's going to be the main part of today's training. So let's get started. Fuck. Whew. Fucking hell. Holy shit. That was difficult. The first rep definitely felt okay, so that's good. That's a positive sign for next week on Sunday, when I'm gonna attempt my 1 rep max. The other ones, holy fuck. they felt fucking difficult. Let's try one more set. You know, I think I have it in me. I have the movement down now. The movement is ingrained in my legs, so I'm gonna try one more set, and that's gonna be the perfect stimulus to basically attempt the 1 rep max on next week Sunday. But yeah, whew, that was heavy. No, it wasn't. That was lightweight, baby. But yeah, not bad for having a cold. Alright, so that's it for the pistol squats, and those are some heavy sets, you know. Especially like after rep number 1, I just feel like my form breaks down. But nonetheless, to me, the most important thing is that rep number 1 feels light. Rep number 1 is still 52 kilos, but it feels like I know I can do more. So that's very good, because all I have to do next time is add 8 kilos to reach the magical 60 kilos on the pistol squat, which, you know, the original goal was 75 kilos for this bulk. I am afraid that's not gonna happen. That's a bit unrealistic, but, you know, getting 60 would still be something that I know for sure in the beginning of the bulk. I was like, how the hell am I gonna squat that? So now I'm also thinking, how the hell am I gonna squat that? But at the same time, it seems realistic. And so I'm very much looking forward to next training, but when it comes to preparation, the heavy stuff has been done. You know, the work has been done. And now I just have to manage my body, manage my fatigue. And basically, in order to do so, I'm not just gonna chill out and do nothing, because then my body will start becoming lazy. In Japanese, they say darui. I will put a translation in with text on the video, but yeah, I will be feeling darui if I don't do anything, right? Sloppy, I guess. So in order to prevent that, I am gonna keep stimulating my legs with some lighter weight. In fact, the weight I have here prepared for me is 24 kilos, the exact same weight that I used as a warm-up set, the first warm-up set on today's pistol squat. So very light, and basically I'm just gonna attempt to do 5 sets of this, slow and controlled reps, 12 of them on each of those sets, and it's gonna give me a good pump, it's gonna give me a good stimulus, and basically allow me to get some blood flowing in the area after bashing it with some heavy stuff. So let's go. Okay, 5 sets of 12. Sweat is dripping onto my glasses, as it's supposed to be. My legs are just pumped as hell. Not only the front side of the quadriceps, but also like these muscles in the middle. I don't know what's happening, but they are super inflated and pumped. So let's do a quick pose down. Let's show the legs. Yeah, this one feels like, well, they both feel like tree trunks, but holy hell. That was one hell of a training, not only because of a huge PR, you know, my previous PR was 50 kilos for 2 sets of 2. Today, I did fucking 2 sets of 3 with 52 kilos, so more weight, more reps, and you might say, well, it was shit form. I bet if you go back to look at the 50 kilos, which was, I guess, around April or March in this year, it's gonna be even worse. So I did learn a little bit, although it's not perfect, right? And, you know, going back to the mistakes, there's this painter, Bob Ross, I'm sure you know him, he's famous, and he famously said, there are no mistakes, there are only happy little accidents. And I think that's true, you know, because, well, a mistake, it's just what you make of it, right? It's the way you look at it that makes it a mistake or a happy little accident. So for me, I've made a lot of mistakes, but, you know, when you, like, if you were to score, like, actions in life, right? Like, a mistake would be negative points, a good thing would be positive points. So if you make, like, a small mistake, for example, I overtrained on the pistol squat, and you put a number on it, it's negative 100 or something, right? You know, if you take that mistake and then you do a bunch of good actions because of that mistake, you know, you can turn it back into a net positive because of the mistake, right? You have minus 100, but you also have a lesson, and then you use the lesson to do positive actions. So now you improve your form, you do less sets, you know, you don't overtrain. And when you stack up enough small little actions, small little consequences because of the mistake, eventually it's going to turn into a net positive. And that's when it becomes a happy little accident, you know. When you do something wrong, you mess up, and then you just leave it be, and you're like, oh damn, I guess I should give up. I guess this isn't for me. You know, I guess this is where it ends. And then you quit, then you're staying in then you stay in your negative, right? But if you take the mistake and then you continue, right? You continue on your path, you get back up, right? And you continue walking, and all of these little actions, right? Because of that mistake, they stack up, right? And eventually, you know, you're gonna look back and you're like, well, I'm happy I did it because I invested 100 negative points and I turned them into 1,000 positive ones. That's how you can look at your mistakes. But, you know, I feel like the pistol squats is kind of turning into the same story, you know. I mean, I haven't improved my 1 rep max yet. Maybe I'll fail next week, but in any case, right, today I'm the strongest ever, and I'm the strongest ever because I made those mistakes, you know. So yeah, that's why I'm quite happy today. But anyway, that's it for today's training. I'm gonna head downstairs and have some dinner, have these puppies recover, because holy hell, they are bloated, you know. They are, like, the pump was insane today, like in the entire leg, you know, not only the quadriceps, the middle, the buttocks, or like the ass, I guess, the hamstrings a bit as well. So I'm starting to like this exercise, but anyway, that's besides the point. I'll see you tomorrow for hamstrings. Ooh.